What's going on, everybody? This is Eddie from the Too Heavy Wrestling Podcast, and we're counting down 30 days till WrestleMania. Now being on day 16, we're going to talk about Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus The Rock in an instant classic at WrestleMania 18. Let's go back to early 2002, where Ric Flair and Vince McMahon were feuding, and Vince McMahon could not get rid of Ric Flair to save his life. Ric Flair was beating up Vince McMahon every single week, and it got to the point where Vince McMahon wanted to inject some poison into the WWE by bringing back the New World Order, or the NWO. Now, this being the first time the New World Order would actually be in the WWE, this was a really crazy time for wrestling fans. And of course, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall all coming to the WWE at the same time and debuting at No Way Out was absolutely crazy. Now, of course, the next night on Monday Night Raw, Hulk Hogan and The Rock apparently had a moment, but of course that led up to The Rock being beat up and absolutely demolished by the New World Order. Now, of course, this would lead up into other feuds as well with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Scott Hall, but the biggest feud and what everyone in the world wanted to see was The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, and that's exactly what we were getting to the buildup of WrestleMania 18. And every fan was absolutely astonished that this match was even possible and was going to happen. And we can all thank Vince McMahon, even though sometimes we can hate what he does. This was one of the best WrestleMania match buildups in all of WrestleMania history. Now, of course, the buildup was crazy, and Hulk and The Rock actually ended up putting on one of the best matches, in my opinion, just for the buildup, the match itself, and the conclusion and what happened the night after WrestleMania. But of course, The Rock ended up picking the win over Hulk Hogan and actually kind of made an amends with him in the ring. However, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall came down and, of course, did not like that Hulk Hogan was being a coward and seemed to end up actually turning on the New World Order. So Scott and Kevin Nash ended up beating on Hulk Hogan in that instance, and The Rock came down to save him. But this ended up being the Hollywood Hulk Hogan turn. He was still Hollywood Hulk Hogan afterwards, but we got the red and yellow back. We got the eat your vitamins, say your prayers Hulk Hogan, at least a form of that. So there was a lot for wrestling fans to enjoy in this instance, and it ended up bringing a lot of people back to their childhood because of this. Now, of course, Hulk Hogan would actually end up getting I wouldn't say a nice WWE title run, but for his age and where he was at, Hulk Hogan getting a WWE title run was awesome. And in 2002, that was so perfect for wrestling fans that he ended up getting that. Of course, beating Triple H, which no one saw coming at that point. But of course, The Undertaker ran into interference, and then The Undertaker would end up taking the belt from Hulk Hogan. And then The Rock, of course, would end up getting the WWE title run off of that as well. Ended up losing it to Brock Lesnar. But that match built up 2 WWE title runs in the span of like 4 to 6 months for both men, which was awesome. Like, you ended up getting these main eventers getting WWE title matches again before they ended up kind of leaving for their own separate reasons. But it was awesome. Now, getting those matches and getting that match specifically between The Rock and Hulk Hogan led to this. That match changed a lot of trajectories for people, and a lot of people loved that matchup and wanted to see more from Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan kind of realized that, hey, he's still got something left in the tank, and that's all because The Rock wanted to fight him. So, in all honesty, this match was awesome from beginning to end, in my opinion, as a wrestling fan getting to see that matchup, and I loved the outcome of that matchup. So please, 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 let me know what you think in the comments of The Rock and Hulk Hogan. Am I hyping it up too much, or am I even underhyping it? So let me know what you think of that matchup, but until then, my name is Eddie with Too Heavy Wrestling Podcast, and we'll see you tomorrow for Day 17.